this song. This song.
Hallo, het is Anadi uit India. Hij toert een beetje rond in Nederland. Ik wil hem wat vragen stellen voor Osho TV over zijn contact met Osho. Hello Anadi. How did you meet Osho? How did you know about Osho? You want to say something about it?
Well, I'm grown up in his hometown. So I hear about him from my parents. But the real meeting happens to see one of my friend who became sannyasi. And meeting one day to him and his respond with the laughter for my anger. He pulled me to the Osho center and hearing Osho discourse. That was my real meeting with Osho.
And what about your anger? You were an angry young boy?
Yes, I was. And I was angry with my friend. More I was getting angry and more he was laughing. And my all anger is not gone, but his laughter was there. That make me curious to ask him what you do. Because I see him that time 35 years ago with the orange cloth and mala. So I became more curious to know about Osho, and he said, come. He said, I go to center to listen to discourse. That was in Osho's uncle's house. Okay, I say, I've come this evening. And that's where I have met Osho. To hear him first time, I know he's my master.
And so you are born in the village where Osho lived?
I born in the village where Osho have grown up with his parents, not the event where he was born. He born in a small village, Kuchwada, but from there 100-kilometer distance, a big town, Gadarwara, where his parents were living. And he spent their time from age of 7 to age of 90.
Okay. And what did the people say about Osho in that time? Did you hear some stories?
Yeah, I hear some stories from something from my father, but when I became sannyasi, then I hear a bit more, because then my father opened a little bit when Osho was, how was the time, what he shared. Then my mother opened also to say something. It was more I hear when I became sannyasi, they tell me what they had time with Osho.
Your parents also went to Osho?
Actually, my father have the first Osho meditation for 2 hours have organized in my family house in Gadarwara in 60s. That was the first meditation Osho did in his own town. So my father was in very early days when Osho was around 15, 16, was in contact with Osho.
Your father was 15?
No, my father
Osho was 15.
Yeah, Osho was 14, 15, but he felt this radiation, he recognized something. My father was 5 years older, but some magnet he pulls him to the Osho.
So Osho was already meditating and organizing.
This happens after he became enlightened and lecturer, and then he asked my father that I want to do one meditation in the town. Then my father organized this meditation. But he was a childhood friend of Osho, so there are many stories I heard from my father and mother, visiting to the house, going with him to the river. But this I heard all later on when I became sannyasi. Then they opened up.
You want to say a story that's not popping up? What your parents say?
Well, one of the thing is that Osho was going to a very isolated river spot every morning to swim, and he was passing by my grandparents' house that time where my father and my mother was living. So he was coming in the early morning, and he called my father, that was the name of Murli, my father's name. He called Murli Babu, And my father immediately putting his towel in the side of his arms, and he walked behind him to the walked with him to the river.
The rising sun. I have seen it in the full noon. I have seen it with the sunset. I have seen it sitting by its bank alone, or with friends, playing on the flute, dancing on its bank, meditating on its bank, rowing a boat in it, or swimming across it, in the rains, in the winter, in the summer. I can understand Herman Hesse Siddhartha and his experience with the river. It has happened with me. So much has transpired because slowly, the whole existence became a river to me. It lost its solidity. It became liquid, fluid.
That was almost every day the morning thing. And my mother was watching through the window every day that he comes and my father is ready with his towel and underwear to go to river. And my father was so deeply influenced by Osho that he was wearing the same kind of kurta. And Osho was wearing that time kurta that you could not see his finger. It was very long kurta. And my father started getting from the tailor same kind of kurta is using, and my mother was asking my father that he's not marrying and he is this, and why are you doing this? You have children and you are married. But she's watching every day also but objecting to my father. That's what I heard from my mother.
Your father is still alive?
No, my father died after 4 months Osho, so May 90. But my mother is still alive.
She's still alive.
And she's sannyasi.
So maybe one time, we talk about it later, one time I like to interview your mother if she likes and you can translate.
You are welcome.
You like to say something about your own, how you integrate meditation in your life?
For me right now is a very deep. I try to be more conscious, more aware, more be in a moment 24 hours as far as I remember, as much I can remember. I try to, lately I don't try to escape from my dark sides. I more confront them, more try to move deep into them. My sadness, my emotions, my hopelessness, whatever comes. And as far as doing is concerned, I listen Osho one discourse a day, and that his voice and his contents is always bringing me deeper, and it make my 24-hour very harmonious.
Meditation is an ongoing journey inwards.
Inwards.
And it doesn't stop, and
you cannot say you have changed. It's changing. It's
Yeah,
a constant
it's
changing
change.
the life.
Yeah.
So,
More awareness.
yeah.
Yeah, you cannot explain it, but we can advise everybody to
Yeah, it's
start with meditation.
Yeah.
It could save the world.
Yeah. It's a beautiful pilgrimage, ongoing.
Yeah.
As far as my own life is concerned, I was a very aggressive boy before the sannyas, and after I don't remember I have done any physical fight with anybody.
Yes.
Otherwise that was my regular thing. So it's very, certainly the meditation, it brings an impact in life that you can see inside moving emotions, but there is a center that remains calm and watchful. watch that.
Yeah. You don't need to act it out and you don't need to beat somebody up, you just watch.
You watch.
You just watch, that's the whole thing. You watch what's happening inside.
What's happening.
Without acting out.
Yeah, and you don't have to repress it either.
No.
It's a deep and beautiful insights that also have bring in the each field of life, just to listen or hear, and somehow you also can reach to this world. That is the best way to change the world. That's it. Then their choice whether they want to read, they don't want to read.
Yeah.
But somehow it has reaches them, his photo, his name. That much we can do. Then their choice, they accept, they reject it, like, they dislike, it's their business.
Did Osho change your life?
He is changing my life constantly. Since I came in contact, it's constantly giving me, because I grown up in a very small town, in a very primitive part of India. To come Pune, it was already a big step. It took me 12 years after sannyas to sort out the family business responsibility to move Pune. So I arrived in age of 30 to Pune, remain a part of Osho commune till 98. 5 years I worked continuous in a row. And constantly since onwards, he was keep on changing my life, in and out. Because when I left my town, my whole ways to go and live all my life in Pune and Osho commune. But then since you know it's changing, commune becoming resort, in 98 I have to get out of the work meditation, and I had a question standing now what to do. And still I was not out of doing, I was just 35 years of age. But I was visiting commune, meeting sannyasin, and I got an invitation from Hungarian friend, talking to me, meeting to me. He said, I think I'm trying, but I could not do anything. If you come to my country, we do something. So there I stayed first time 100 days and worked from scratch. I did 2 meditation camps, one with the 14 people, the second and last one with 43 people, 8 days. Bring 15 people group for the millennium to Pune.
You did 8 days meditation.
Camp with the 43 people residency.
Very nice. And what meditations are you giving there?
All also meditation, exact the Buddha hall structure, starting with dynamic, vipassana, one another active meditation, then after lunch, Nada Brahma Kundalini White Robe. That time I was giving 5 to 6 meditation a day, with white robe including. That was the most essential part of the meditation in the evening. And it was very strong for 8 days camp for people. 15 people spontaneously decide there that they want to come for the 40 days in Millennium Festival to Pune. That was my first visit to the East Europe. Onwards, some friends staying and meeting to me, and one of friend from Holland. She met me and she sent me the letter invitation. And first time I arrived in 2001 to August. Another friend is staying with me from Mallorca. She invited me to Mallorca same year, so I will stay with her till the meditation.
Anadi, I heard from friends that they had a really nice tour to the places that Osho talks about in the Glimpses of the Golden Childhood. And it's a tour where also is meditation happening, I heard. And I heard you are a guide in the tour. Can you say something about it?
Yes, this is last 2 years before we start organizing with the Ovation, Varsha and me. We three is doing this tour together and inviting friends from all over the world. Friends coming. We starting this tour from Delhi. We receive all the friends in Delhi in the airport, bring to a comfortable hotel there. And that is the grave of the Shah Jahan and Noor Jahan, Taj Mahal. From there we bring them to Agra. This was the first place Taj Mahal. I also have talked a lot about it. It's the most beautiful monuments of the world. It's made with the white marble and almost levitating. It's very powerful energy there. From there we go to the next, our next destination is Khajuraho Tantra Temple, where Gorakh have monastery from 9th centuries till the 13th century, 400 years. We have a Tantra monastery where around 1300 couples practicing Tantra. So there are 35 beautiful Tantric temples and very beautiful energy. There we spend 3 to 4 days with the friends. The next destination, from there we go to the Sagar, where also a postgraduate university, and where he, after enlightenment, he was moving deeper into meditation and completing his study. There we spend a day to show the places related what also have talked, many stories about the place.
And although you have answered beautifully and freshly, your answers were simply your answers. Everybody else was quoting the textbook. You had no idea about what is written in the textbook. You have never seen them. Obviously, you had to be original.
From there we go to the Osho's birthplace, Kuchwara, where he was born, and first 7 years he was staying with the grandparents. It's a very beautiful, small village, centuries back from now, if you compare time from here, still. And it's a very beautiful energy there. We spent 2 days, 2 nights there. Moved from there to the Osho's hometown Gadarwara, where he spent 7 to 19 years of age. All his notorious time, school times, hundreds of stories are there. Beautiful river that he had loved. This was the house where Osho was living with his family. First he was living in the cloth shop with all uncles, cousins, like 30-40 people. But then the more and more family have grown up. So also his father bought this land and built this house here. But only the first floor was completed. This was the Osho's room. first
one?
5 years he educated in that school.
Oh, very, very.
He was in this school. From there, we move our next destination, Jabalpur, where Osho became enlightened, the marble rocks. We read the Bodhi tree, marble rocks, that means the white rocks, they're 2 kilometers, the biggest river of the state goes through between the marble rocks. And there is the black rocks where he was going deep into meditation, this black rock hills.
From the spring of life comes a ray of light. Can you see? From the spring of life comes a ray of light.
And in Jabalpur we spent another 3-4 days showing them the university where he was professor, where he was studying, the chair he was sitting. And this was the chair all the professors of the university they know. This is reserved for the Osho. He was the only sitting in one corner of the staff room of the college. And still we meet the people, his family, his friends. You can ask the question. It's very beautiful. 15 days tour here.
In between you always have a meditation during the day. It's included. It's like
It's every day we have in the morning a little silence, sitting with the breakfast, and sometimes lunchtime or evening, wherever when the tour possible. And we also play the discourse where the connected to the places related to these also. Suppose we are in Khajuraho, what he said about Khajuraho.
yeah.
We are in Sagar, what he said about Sagar, what he said about Kuchwa. So you are just sitting on the place. What also have told about the place, what is his experience, you are just there, reliving the experience, what also happened.
Sounds very nice to go there. Is there a website or something on Facebook?
Yeah, there is Facebook, there is the page, also Golden Childhood Tour.
Okay, so everybody who's interested can
Yeah.
go to the Osho Golden Childhood Tour
Yeah.
page. Okay, I will do that. Thank you, Anadi.